Our mic's working? No.
All right, yes. Okay.
We good, Justin? Go ahead and get my bullhorn.
Testing, 1, 2.
Test, test.
Good.
I think so.
All right. Good to go?
I think so. Give me a second, please.
Hey, Doug? Yes. I see you have a new office. In Panera Bread.
Oh, yeah. I had that one for about 10 years.
Sorry for the delay, folks. Just be another minute or two. Hopefully. Okay, Greg, take it away.
All right, thank you. For the record, Greg Bergman with the Riverhead Planning Department. We're here for a public hearing. This is a public hearing on a 2-lot minor subdivision. The application is seeking approval to subdivide an approximately 52-acre parcel into 2 lots. Subject property is located at 422 Edwards Avenue. It's located on the east side of Edwards Avenue in the hamlet of Calverton. The property is identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-117-2-8.2. The subdivision application will subdivide the existing 52-acre parcel into 2 lots. Lot number 1 will be approximately 16.2 acres, and that will contain the existing improvements in Delalio Sod Farm. Ownership will remain in the Delalio Sod Farm LLC. Lot number 2, which is the northern lot of the subdivision, will be 35.79 acres. And the purpose of the subdivision is to create that parcel, and that will be developed with the Riverhead Solar 2 project, which is the proposed solar farm that is under the State Department of Energy review citing, I believe it's Article 94C process, so that is not a local site plan application for that. Just for the record, we did receive the proof of mailings and the affidavit of posting for the public hearing tonight. The board did issue a negative declaration for this application by Resolution 24-001, dated January 4th, 2024. And if the board has any questions, we do have Allison Lapointe is here. She's the attorney representing the application. I will turn it over to the board, or if the board has any questions.
Greg, is that the moratorium? Does that include the solar panels?
No, this is the moratorium that's under the state review, so that they're not subject to the local moratorium. And this is a minor subdivision, which was not captured by that moratorium as well.
Thank you. Anybody from the public like to comment? Do we have any Zoomers?
No one with their hand raised.
Okay. Board members, anything?
Nope.
All good?
Make a motion to close the public hearing? Second?
Motions to close the discussion, so moved. Mr. Zilnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote aye. The motion's carried. We'll move on to Theodora Cohen for a minor subdivision, public hearing with Heather Trojanowski.
Good evening, everyone. For the record, Heather Trojanowski, planner for the town of Riverhead, and we are here for a public hearing for a minor subdivision application for 2 contiguous improved parcels of land located at 761 and 767 East Main Street in Riverhead within the DC 3 zoning use district, more particularly identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Numbers 600-127-7-23.1 and 24.1. The application proposes to create 4 lots. 3 will be improved with the existing structures, and 1 will be a new building lot. And just a brief background. relief was required from the zoning board of appeals for the existing house that will be on lot 3 for a front yard setback. The zoning board did grant that relief by appeal number 2023-062 on December 14th of 2023 with conditions. So if the board has any questions, I'll hand it off to the design professionals and the applicant.
Thank you, Heather. I know some of the board members had questions on the condition of the road. I don't know if any of the design professionals can speak to that.
Good evening, Doug Adams, Young Associates, office at Austrian Air Avenue in Riverhead, for the applicant. The subdivision plan shows a design and, proposed new road, new driveway, so what's there now is not in any condition to move forward with.
Is the entire road going to be paved?
Yes.
That's a 20
It's a common driveway, yeah, I forgot how wide we have it, I think it's 18 feet.
It's got 20 feet listed.
No, that's the common, yes, you're right, the pavement would be 20 feet wide, total.
And it further goes down to 24 feet wide. I was just wondering why you didn't start at 24 feet.
It's 20 feet wide the whole way, and then there's just a hammerhead turnaround at the end.
Okay.
If I may interject, on the road and drainage plan, it's showing it's a 20-foot wide common driveway, and then the easement itself is 24 feet. So it's 20 feet improved, which is wide enough for fire apparatus access.
Were there plans to put a fire hydrant that far down?
There's a request from the fire marshal to put a fire hydrant down. We're going to look into whether we agree. It's expensive to put a, to extend the water main up there for just this small project, so it could be cost prohibitive for the project, so we're going to try to look into making sure that it is required.
They all be getting public water.
Yes.
Is there any curbing or raised blacktop? Because if you're doing drainage, that's
Yeah, this is a small, the tributary for this common driveway which is what it's considered, is very small, and you could just have basically grass curbs. You don't need curbing for this. The runs aren't long enough to warrant gutter flow that would become that of a depth that would need a curb.
Thank you.
In our opinion.
Anybody from the community like to speak? Do we have anybody on Zoom?
Nobody with their hand raised.
Okay. Board members, any other issues?
Nope.
Nope.
All right.
Move to
I
close.
move we close,
Go ahead.
I move we close the hearing on Theodora Cohen minor subdivision, so moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded, may we have a vote? Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote aye, the motion's carried.
Thank you, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good night.
Okay, let's move into discussion items. RGN New York for a pergola with Matt Charters, who's not here, and I think Greg said he'd be taking over for him.
Right. Thank you. This should be a very quick one. So the planning department's received an administrative site plan application proposing to construct a 39 by 63 wooden pergola, which will be covered on a seasonal basis. That pergola is going to be constructed over an existing concrete patio on the west side of the RGNY tasting room. The project site's located at 6045 Sound Avenue in Jamesport. The proposed action is a type 2 action requiring no further environmental review. We did receive architectural plans. They were referred to the ARB. The ARB reviewed them at their meeting on January 24th. They just wanted they wanted to see revised elevations from the west indicating how the pergola meets the tasting room building. The plans were referred to the Riverhead Fire Marshal's office. The Fire Marshal's office had comments regarding the method of construction, materials, flame retardants, and potential sprinklers. I have spoken with the architect on the project. They're going to address all that through the fire marshal and the building permit process. Anything they construct will need to meet the building and fire code. Beyond that, that's basically it, constructing a pergola over a concrete patio.
On one of the cross-section showing the roof, the one roof, and then the building itself, there's a space there. Are there gutters on that? On the existing building?
Are there gutters on the existing building?
I mean, between the building and
Yeah,
the...
you see? Yeah, space.
Maybe Rob can,
Space right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Otherwise,
Right.
I believe there are gutters on the existing building. The way that we design the pergola is that the pergola roof would be not attached to the building, and the pergola would start above the eave line of the building,
Right.
so that whatever gutter was there on the building would not be impeded by the new construction. Yep. Robert Stromsky, Stromsky Architecture, PC, architect for the client.
Rob, the pergola is a complete separate construction.
Yes, we're not attaching it to the building at all. Correct.
And Rob, can you tell me, as a pergola, why is the roof slanted?
Because what we're proposing is that there would be a translucent panel, like a polycarbonate panel. It's about 3/8 of an inch thick. That would be on top of that to basically give them some rain protection during the seasonal months that they would use it. The intention is that those panels would be removed during the winter because of snow loads that would be anticipated on that. But the idea was that it would be a translucent panel so that it would also kind of reduce the UV for people sitting on the patio out there. And also just to give them some cover to be able to use that, in a light, rain or anything like that. So that's why there's a slight pitch of 1 inch per foot.
Do you know if they're planning on using any type of open flames, like fire pits or any kind of...
Nothing would be
portable
underneath that.
devices?
No, they wouldn't even be able to with that polycarbonate panel. You wouldn't want any sort of a heat source underneath.
That was my concern.
Yeah. As far as I know, that's not the case. If they were gonna do anything like that, that would be outside the structure. And I don't even believe they do anything with open flame just because I don't think they would want the liability for that. But I'm not speaking on their behalf.
Right, right,
Being there before, I don't think I've ever been at an event where I did see that.
okay.
Anybody else?
Not at this time.
They always do a great job over there, so I'm sure it'll look fine. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to 48 Cliff Way for a Chapter 219 application with Heather Trojanowski.
Okay, for the record, once again, Heather Trojanowski, planner for the town of Riverhead. This is a Chapter 219 coastal erosion management permit application seeking to construct a new 136 linear foot steel and timber retaining wall, reinforce existing retaining walls on the bluff face and the top of the bluff and backfill with 300 cubic yards of clean fill, and also install a planted berm all seaward of the coastal erosion hazard line. The subject parcel, more particularly identified as Suffolk County Tax Map Number 600-39-2-34.1, is located at 48 Cliff Way in Calverton. It's a 34,831 square foot parcel, and it's within the Residence A40 zoning use district. The subject property is currently improved with a single-family residence with a garage underneath it and a raised rear deck. It also has bulkheading at the toe of the bluff, and then the existing steel and timber retaining walls, which are in sort of poor condition at the top of the bluff. So once again, all work proposed is seaward of the Seahall line and requires the review and approval from the planning board and the issuance of a coastal erosion management permit. And DEC approval is also required. The applicant and their design professional have already obtained a permit from the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation for the proposed work. It was issued on November 10th of 2023, and it expires on November 9th of 2028, again, for the work as proposed on the plans that you see before you. And just a note, I did get comments back from the engineering department because I referred this over to them. The only comment they had was that all construction drawings must be stamped and signed by a professional engineer licensed to practice in the state of New York, and I had actually made that a condition of approval on the resolution that you have before you tonight. Other than that, if the board has any
I
questions.
have a question. Will the finished product impede the public's use of the beach in any way?
No, well, this is a private property, so there is no public access, nor do they have stairs going down to the beach in that area anyway. The town beach off of Edwards is much further down.
Thank you.
On your figure 3, that's, you say it's existing, are they replacing it?
They're going to reinforce, and then they are doing a new retaining wall in front of that, so seaward of that. And again,
Seaward of it.
yes. So that's on the plans and also the same plans which the DEC approved.
It's quite a bit of construction there, talking about piles and everything.
Yes. Yeah, but they don't want their house to, I guess, fall off the bluff face, so it's understandable. I mean, the bulkheading at the toe of the bluff is in fairly good condition, and again, the DEC didn't seem to have any conditions that were anomalies. It's all very basic standard conditions, and they would just would have to adhere to all of that in addition to the conditions that I put into the resolution.
Very good. Anybody else, gentlemen?
I know that they're exempt from the, for 1,000 yards of fill.
Correct.
Will there be any fill, any more than 1,000 yards, do you think?
No, I mean, they only proposed around 300 cubic yards, and that's what the DEC approved. So any modifications to that DEC permit and also what they proposed to the planning board, they would need to, modify that and obtain a new permit.
Very good. Okay, let's move on to our next discussion item, which is Sandy Pond Links Mini Golf Course, with Greg.
All right, thank you. So this will just be a quick update for the board on the site plan application for Sandy Pond Links Mini Golf Course. The board held a public hearing on this application back in December while I was on paternity leave. For the board's knowledge, this did require a special permit from the Riverhead Town Board. The town board granted that special permit by Town Board Resolution number 2023-836, dated November 9th of 2023. That special permit was granted for the expansion of a pre-existing non-conforming use. The existing golf course is located within the RB40 zoning district. There just were some conditions in the special permit. That prior to the issuance of any building permits, the applicant must receive site plan approval from the planning board. That in order to protect the quality of life for neighboring residents, that the mini golf course shall close no later than 10 p.m. on any given day of operation, and that this restriction shall be recorded in a declaration of covenants on the subject property, and that an easement to the benefit of the town of Riverhead in a form approved by the town attorney's office for the drainage infrastructure installed on the property, which conveys water from Roanoke Avenue right-of-way, shall be recorded on the property. Just for the board's knowledge, there is a system of drainage pipes that come from Roanoke Avenue. They come across the subject property headed westward, and they dump water into one of the water features in the property. I did speak with the highway superintendent. He seems to believe this was done approximately 20 years ago. Doesn't seem like it was ever formalized. I didn't see any CNRs or any recorded easements. As I understand, there was a problem with stormwater runoff coming from one of the farm fields to the north. So as happened very typically, it was sort of like a handshake deal to fix the problem. So we would look to record that and formalize the existence of that easement. We did get comments from the town engineer. It had to do with a stormwater pollution prevention plan. I will note that the applicant's engineer is in contact with the town engineer regarding the need for a SWIP. That will be worked out. I do have in the preliminary approval a condition which recites the need for a stormwater pollution prevention plan. But I will say that if we get a sign off from the town engineer that indeed a SWIP is not required due to conditions on the property, that will satisfy the condition, so that will not be held up.
Probably not a lot of golfers when it's raining anyway.
So we just have a preliminary approval resolution on, we want some minor revisions to the plans. I do note, if you look on sheet 2 of the site plan that I put before you, there is an existing row of vegetation along Roanoke Avenue, which right now is located, which would effectively shield the mini golf course from the view of the Roanoke Avenue right-of-way. Right now, the plan says selective clearing and augment with new plantings. During the warmer months when the mini golf course would be anticipated to operate, this existing vegetative buffer does serve an effective screen, so I don't really find the need to cut it down and put up a couple of trees in its place if what is there now serves as an effective screen. So I did note that to remove that and just keep that as a non-disturbance buffer. The plans do need to be revised to see if a cut and fill calculation to determine if there's a Chapter 229 exporter excavation permit is required. I do know right now on the site there are some large stockpiles of sand and other materials, so I don't know if that's just a result from the demolition from those old commercial buildings that were there. The location of the drainage easement as required by the special permit will need to be shown on the plan with legal description. And they do have a small mini golf kiosk. We just want to see elevations of that kiosk and refer them to the ARB. So beyond that, we do have a preliminary approval resolution on for the board's consideration.
Okay, I'm assuming it's all dark sky compliant.
Correct.
One of my colleagues, I forget which one of these guys, asked a good question. Do the lights for the facilities go off after closing time, or do they blare all night?
We can make sure, I know Kim Judd unfortunately had a surgery today, and I don't believe Mr. Stark could be here. That's a question, I think it would make sense that they are shut off at a certain time when the mini golf closes. If the board's amenable, I would think that's something we can address in the final approval, or would you like to?
Yeah, that's
All right.
fine, that's fine.
All right, so I'll address that, I'll bring that up with the applicant, and we can provide an answer for that.
Great.
Sure. Sure.
Picking me up?
Just, yeah, state your name, Doug.
Doug Adams for the applicant, professional engineer. Yeah, we wouldn't, we'd have the lights off after closing. I
Closing
think there
time?
might be some light for security,
clear.
maybe around the kiosk or something, but, no, there's no intention to have it
Yeah,
blaring
okay.
all night or anything like that, not at all.
I
When it's
agree.
closed, it's closed. Maybe 15 minutes after
Yeah.
closing, it's on for the kids to get out of there that's running the. And
Okay.
I think there was something about the kiosk being, I think the applicant spoke with someone in the town today about the elevations for it's gonna be basically a 10 by 10 carport shed or something like that. It's not gonna be but we'll supply the details of that.
How much land is left? I know the applicant mentioned that he might want to put up a clubhouse at some point.
So there is a special permit, so the town board initially reviewed the special permit for the mini golf course. At the time that application was submitted, the applicant had not yet taken title to the property. As the board will recall, back in 2016, you approved a 2-lot minor subdivision, which effectively
Right.
split the existing golf course from the C&D operation on the north side. Due to some reasons, that subdivision was not actually finalized until very recently, so the applicant now took title to the property. He did submit an application, special permit to the town board for construction of a clubhouse. The reason he could not submit that at the time of the mini golf course was the owner at that time would not give them authorization. Okay. So it was not within their capabilities or ability to submit that application, so it's not a segmentation issue. So they do have an application in
That's
pending
forthcoming, yeah.
special permit that will be, again, that will require another town board special permit, and it will require an additional site plan review from this board.
So that's in the future.
That's in the future.
Yep.
Greg, is the applicant, would he mind along Roanoke Avenue maybe cleaning up, not cutting down some of the, the trees and brush and putting in some evergreens just to fill in? Because there is growth there, but it's not a lot. To see if he would be okay with that.
So you're referring to the area of the existing trees in the
Right.
in the golf course?
Drainage was planned out for the road.
Well, in front of the mini golf course, if you go to sheet 2.
We're talking about the mini golf or the whole length of it?
Well, it would go from at least the sidewalk, you know, all the way up to the sand pit.
So, I mean, so they are proposing, they are proposing street trees
Right.
along the property's frontage.
Right.
Are you-
But like, you know, I agree with you, don't cut everything down, but just clean it up and put in some evergreens in between there.
So what I would say, I mean, if they're gonna clear like, and I don't wanna say clear, but if they're gonna remove like undergrowth and like scrub brush, I just don't wanna see everything ripped out.
I
and then,
agree
You know,
with you.
plant a couple. So I mean, if there was some selective, yeah, they said selective clearing, but I think that really needs to be done in like close concert with the planning department or maybe a member of the planning board to go and actually identify what would remain, what would come out.
Yeah, they're gonna come back for the clubhouse before too long, so
You know,
as this goes in, we can see where we need to pick it up and,
all right.
Just to clear up the intent on that, we want to keep that screen where it is. But if you look at it, there's a lot of dead stuff in there.
Yeah.
That's all. And if clearing out the dead stuff makes it too thin, we want to add stuff to
Yeah, that's my
behind
point,
it,
Doug,
you know.
that's my point.
We're down low from there. We're going to the toe of that slope on the west side of the road there. We're not going into that slope at all, so we don't plan on touching anything except to, you know, we'd even leave briars in there. I think they serve a purpose, but, you know, they're deep.
Yeah,
in there.
you're showing 35, 40 new plantings there, roughly.
But it's not within it, it's really on our side of it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Again, I'd have no objection, I just, because there was some clearing that took place without any kind of authorization of the property, I'm just a little hesitant to just say, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, if it was done in close concert and we went out and, you know, specifically identified what was to remain and what could come out, if the board has no, you know, heartburn about that, we could
we
facilitate.
have confidence in you, Greg.
and we're proposing sidewalk, curbing, and street trees for the entire length of the property now, not just when we get to the next
Right.
site plan. So we're,
That was my question.
because we need to control the drainage on Roanoke Avenue.
And I mean, and right now, it's just an unrestricted, it's kind of like an open, there is no real curb cut.
Yeah,
It's
there's no
kind of just
curb
free for all, so
Yeah.
this will be a really nice, nice improvement in the site.
Yeah.
Mr. Stark's done a great job cleaning up the golf course. It does a very nice job over there, so. Again, town board was very happy with this. I think it'll be a nice product when it's finished.
I went by the site today, it looks like it's under construction already.
Anything else, Greg?
Yep.
Guys?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay, good luck, and we're gonna move on to public comments on resolutions. And pretty sure we don't have any.
I'll move
Oh,
resolution.
sorry.
Hold on.
Not a comment, just a correction. The description on 2024-010, the 48 Cliffway, it's a type 2 action pursuant to secret, not unlisted. So it was probably just a copy and paste hangover from
Okay.
prior agenda.
Where is that?
The second resolution,
Number 2.
Yes, I see.
2024-010, just the description on the agenda says that it's an unlisted action. But
Okay,
it's
so
a
it's a
type
type
2
two?
pursuant to secret, yes. It was in my staff report in the resolution you had. Thank you.
Good catch. Okay, having no comments, let's move on to resolutions, gentlemen.
I'll move on to resolution 009, RG New York Pergola, granting administrative site approval. So moved.
Second.
Second, and, moved and seconded, Mr. Zolnicki,
Yes,
Mr. Hogan.
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro,
Aye.
Mr. Bear,
Yes,
and I vote aye, the motion's carried.
I move resolution 2024-10, 48 Cliffway, Chapter 219, resolution to classify the action as unlisted secret pursuit. Secret 2, type 2.
Type 2, yep.
Type 2.
Issue a negative declaration.
second?
Moved and seconded, may we have a vote? Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes,
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
yes.
And I vote yes, that's, carries the motion.
I'll move resolution number 24, which is 0011, grants preliminary site plan approval for the application of Sandy Pond mini course.
Second?
Moved and seconded, may we have a vote? Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion's carried.
Resolution 2024-012, 818 Roanoke Avenue minor subdivision. Resolution granting extension of approval for the two-lot minor subdivision.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded, gentlemen, may we have a vote? Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion carries.
I'll move resolution 2024-013, authorizing the chairman to execute a settlement agreement, mutual release with Gershaw Recycling of Riverhead. So moved.
Second.
Motion's moved and seconded, may we have a vote, please? Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion carries. At this point, we'd like to have public comments on any matters, but there's literally nobody here, so I think we'll just move on to the minutes of the board.
I'll move the minutes of December 7th, 2023. So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded, Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote aye, the motion carries.
I'll move the minutes from January 4th, 2024.
Second.
Moved and seconded, Mr. Zolnicki?
Yes.
Mr. Hogan?
Yes.
Mr. Nenaro?
Aye.
Mr. Bear?
Yes.
And I vote yes, the motion carries. Anybody have any other business? Greg, anything cooking? All good?
Good.
Gentlemen, all good?
Yep.
Okay. Our next meeting date will be Thursday, February 15th, at this very location at 3 PM. Can we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion? Second?
Moved and seconded, all in favor? Aye. All right.